It's your last day on earth. Picture this. You go to work. You work your full 12-hour shift assisting and helping save lives. You go home. You make your dinner. You get ready for bed. Take a shower. Call your mom and tell her you love her and how your day went. Filling in on how her day went. Not knowing that's the last time you'll ever get to talk to her. Just for you to hang up on the phone with her, get ready for bed, kiss your boyfriend or girlfriend goodnight, thinking you getting up tomorrow to go about the rest of your day and go help save some more lives and live your life. Just for a couple hours later, while you're asleep, to get jolted out of your sleep to the sound of an intruder in your home without any warning, no knocking, no warning, gunshots flying all over the place. And all you know next is that you're getting hit left and right with bullets in your body. That's it. Your last day on earth. Now your family has to suffer without reason for your murder. And no one is ever held accountable for what happened to you. This is a tragic story of Breonna Taylor's last night on earth. In March 2020, police stormed into Breonna Taylor's apartment, which she shared with her boyfriend. Come to find out, it was the wrong apartment, because where they really were supposed to be was all the way across town on a no-knock warrant in plain clothes. They had no way to identify these were cops in their home. For all she know, it was an intruder. Bullets began to fly all over the place. She wasn't doing anything but sleeping. She wasn't selling drugs. She wasn't trafficking children. She wasn't kidnapping children. She wasn't robbing nobody. She wasn't fraudulently wiring money into accounts. She was asleep. And before she was asleep, she was at work saving lives. Even the neighbors say the cops never identified themselves. Never. So how is anyone to know who was coming to their home late at night, early morning? There's no way to tell. No cop was ever charged for the death and murder of Breonna Taylor. 6 months go by with no answers, no charges filed, no nothing. And finally, when we think we're getting a piece of justice for her, nope. 1 out of 3 of the cops are charged with wanton endangerment for shooting through a wall. A wall. Not a human, an innocent human being. A wall. They won't get any type of jail time. And more than likely, it won't even stick. Because being charged doesn't mean that you are guilty. Months later, 7 months later, a cop does an interview and say it has nothing to do with race. It's just them doing their jobs. So you're openly admitting that killing innocent people is okay because you had the wrong apartment. She was just asleep. She gets no justice. However, that same system decides, you know what? Her death is wrong. Let's award her family $12 million in civil suit. But nobody acknowledges in criminal court her wrongful death. And no one gets charged for her death. It just goes completely unnoticed. Too often does this happen. It seems like every day there's a new story about a black person getting senselessly murdered over and over again. And no one is being held accountable for these things. Breonna Taylor was asleep. She wasn't sex trafficking. She wasn't kidnapping your kid out of a grocery store cart, stealing little old lady purses, selling drugs to your uncle. She was asleep in her own home, in her own bed, comfortably. She wasn't in a gang. I'm a mom. I have a kid. I fear for my son every single day, being a black man. They might try and take my baby life for playing with a little Nerf gun on his own patio. Or take me away from my son, and he has to grow up without a mother because of the color of my skin, for me just laying down in my own bed. Breonna Taylor deserves justice. Breonna Taylor did not deserve this. She did not deserve to be murdered, for her family to have to pick up the pieces, for them to never be able to see their baby again, all because of her sleeping. And now she has to permanently rest 6 feet underground. Justice for Breonna Taylor.